It's my commitment to humanity.
I'm going to empower, enlighten each and every one of you with the fuel and energy of the parallel universe. I'll infuse this intense supernal effulgence DNA, Tejas, Ojas, Kundalini Shakti into your spine to consciously lift you to KAILASA. It is irreversible permanent enlightenment, irreversible power manifestation, irreversible permanent empowerment. Time itself is nothing but your decision to struggle with the same rut. Your decision to struggle with the same rut is time, Kala. Your decision to swallow time is Kala Bhairava. Stand. Be a conscious woman or man. Be conscious being. Shrink the time through conscious will persistence. Make the future into present by being ferocious with yourself. Your consciousness has power at this moment to swallow, digest, clean up all negativity and all toxins. Develop a powerful will persistence. That's the most important asset for life. I am not giving you some life positive blah blah. I am giving you the facts of life. I am triggering your consciousness. I am your Guru. I will make you enlightened. It's my commitment. Till you become Paramashiva, I won't rest. Don't worry at all. To all my disciples, I give you this as a boon. I'll swallow everything with which you are stuck and liberate you all. Greater signs of life can be realized with a greater ability to visualize. Greater science is the equivalent word for Hinduism. When you understand the greater science of life, greater courage, more possibility, more fearlessness, more joy, more bliss. When you visualize Paramashiva with 25 heads, 75 eyes, 50 hands, your consciousness becomes ferocious, and that ability to visualize, you will get involved in everything deeply. Involved people are the most delicious, most sweet, most beautiful, most juiciest beings of planet Earth. The moment you decide, your consciousness is the supreme identity you have, you will not empower your depression, your frustration, deal your problems, whether it is simple headache or depression or the worst suicidal patterns or life negativity, only through consciousness. Don't go for any other solution. Don't keep stupid, toxic, life negative struggles inside.
KAILASA, the good God country. Hinduism has something great to offer. Hindu God Paramashiva is good. We love him not just because he gives us what we want, but because he is good and he has so much to offer to the world that makes the best nation. Hindu God has life positive, all-inclusive, good, spiritual, social, political, and moral principles. Hindu principles are guaranteed solutions for all the major problems of humanity: resettlement, violence and lawfare, impoverishment, inequality, environmental footprint, pandemic and biowar, disputes, feminist movement, women's rights, child rights, minority rights, linguistic rights, human rights. Because Hinduism has the best to offer to the world, KAILASA, standing tall since 1994 for the grand narrative of Hinduism, is the good God's country. Founder of KAILASA, Paramashiva, and his 1008th incarnation, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of KAILASA, the enlightened civilization, the greatest Hindu nation. His Divine Holiness was birthed by his predecessors of enlightened masters, great rishis, munis, siddhas, who predicted and recognized His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, as an incarnation of Paramashiva as per the science of incarnation described in Hinduism. From his first Chaturmasya at the age of 3 in the year 1980 until the age of 16 in the year 1994, the Supreme Pontiff was trained for the revival of KAILASA. He began reviving KAILASA from the age of 16 after the coronation on the 25th May 1994. KAILASA that we see today is 26 years of sincere hard work of the reviver and Hindu diaspora all over the world. KAILASA has a potential population of 2 billion Hindus worldwide, with over 100 million applications to its citizenship already applied. Hinduism has stood over 10,000 years as an enlightened civilization, has been a global beacon of spiritual and timeless wisdom, technology, culture.
He's wearing a grey jacket. His name is Boris.
The world's ancient civilization produced more than 40% of the world's GDP.
Purpose of life is to experience oneness with the ultimate reality, Paramashiva. Life exists on the planet Earth for last 40 billion years, and 5 times life faced complete extinction on the planet Earth. But somewhere one DNA, one cell, living organism is thrown out of planet Earth, preserved inside a volcano rock. After millions of years comes back to Earth due to gravity or whatever reason, gets into the ocean and starts the life again. Sanatana Hindu Dharma is the conscious science to give breakthrough to your DNA through natural selection process and to your consciousness through the conscious decision process. Sanatana Hindu Dharma is a sacred spiritual science. It is not bunch of do's and don'ts. No. Please understand, it is the revelations of sacred truths, cosmic truths, powerful cognition. It is still alive, that science is available, time-tested, foolproof. This science of living enlightenment is the complete solution for all the problems individual or society or modern day humanity is facing. Then you will understand all the problems of the modern day humanity. Sanatana Hindu Dharma is solution. Whether the terrorism or climate change, natural calamities or man-made calamities, for all the problems humanity is facing, the only solution is science of living enlightenment, revealed by Paramashiva from the Vedagamas in the modern day through this body. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution and setting model communities. Understand? KAILASA is reviving the ancient Hindu enlightened civilization. Paramashiva manifested this KAILASA mandala, the enlightenment ecosystem and the lifestyle. I am going to revive this whole enlightenment ecosystem, KAILASA, by creating a model KAILASAs all over the world. I will work sincerely and revive this spiritual science, which is the core for enlightenment ecosystem, making you all manifest the state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness and KAILASA of Paramashiva, and making all of us manifest Paramashiva.
In a world ravaged by war, ecological destruction, hatred and division, KAILASA stands as a bold vision of human potential, coexistence, organic living, and alignment with nature. Over the past 50 years, the world has seen the creation of dozens of new countries, and so if anything, it would be odd not to see a new country formed in the 21st century. Without the protection of political legitimacy, there is an imminent danger that the great tenets, scriptures, and science of creating an enlightened civilization, which spanned 56 states, 200 kingdoms, 1700 samsthanas, and 10,000 sampradayas, will be forever lost to humanity. The Hindu diaspora are highly successful around the world. They formed the dispossessed diaspora who has been driven to other countries because they are unable to practice their religion authentically in their own country. They have flourished in countries where they have been allowed to settle with religious freedom. For example, in the United States, Hindus are the most educated and highest earning community, with 77% of them holding a bachelor's degree and 48% having an income of $100,000 or more. Although they are only 1% of the population, Hindus have launched 13.5% of the startups in the USA. They hold leadership, technical and creative positions in companies such as Microsoft, Google, Facebook, etc. This success has been repeated around the world. In the UK, Canada, Australia, etc. James Kirkup, in his 2015 Telegraph article says, British Indians are not just the most successful immigrant group in this country's recent history, but the most successful group of people, full stop. He continues, more extraordinary than the rise in numbers is how it has taken place so harmoniously and profitably for this country and those in it. British Indians, quite simply, are among the most industrious, accomplished, and credible amongst us. The best of British, if you like. The same article says that British Hindus are barely 2% of the population, but 12% of all the doctors. Australia and Canada have understood the ingredients of fast economic growth of the country and are doing everything to attract the educated, rich Hindu community. Hindus are the fastest growing migrant population in Australia. In 2017, 200% more Hindus have received invitation for Canadian Permanent Residency Program. Even now, the Hindu diaspora worldwide are the richest. No divorce, have no cases of drugs and substance abuse, lowest mental disorder, no depression. Hinduism is the only religion which neither converts nor kills. Absolutely non-violent, the elite sect of mankind. Because the Hindu diaspora worldwide and the Supreme Pontiff are successful in spreading their spiritual Hindu message of openness and inclusiveness against the forces of hatred and exclusivity, they have become the victims of relentless attacks by multi-armed apparatus of state power. Anti-Hindu forces, extremist caste, supremacist militant organization want a one ideology, Hinduism, under their exclusive domain. What they cannot digest into themselves, they systematically delegitimize and exterminate. Lawfare, assassination attempts, character assassination of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Attempted assassination and assassinated Kailasians. Sexual assaults and rape of female monks of Kailasa. Objectification. Character assassination. State-funded child abuse and sexual abuse on the children of Kailasa.
Then I told I don't want to see a picture. Then I told I don't want to see a picture. Then they showed me a picture.
State-operated embezzlement of funds, properties and assets donated by the Hindu diaspora worldwide for the purpose of the revival of Kailasa. Since 1994 up to until now. Building a nation is not a project accomplished overnight or by virtue of hope. Kailasa is the manifestation of 26 years of sincere hard work, sacrifices, integrity of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and the Hindu diaspora worldwide for the past 26 years for the enlightenment of humanity. Since the beginning of time and space, Bhagwan Paramashiva, the all-powerful, all-pervasive, and all-knowing ultimate superconscious existence, revealed in the Vedas and Agamas, the source scriptures of Hinduism, the truths about himself and the manifested universe and its multidimensional and simultaneously existing dimensions and worlds, also known as parallel universes or vertical time zones.
त्रुट्यादि प्रत्ययस्यार्थ कालो माया समुद्भवः. The Kala Tattva, which gives rise to the knowledge of various time zones and parallel universes such as Truti and others, is originated by Ananteshwara from the impure Maya.
Bhagwan Paramashiva mentions that as we experience the various higher states of consciousness, we simultaneously experience the various time zones associated with them. We get transported to the parallel universes and experience the other dimensions of our own existence, of our own personality.
Listen, Subarloka is all about stable bliss, absolute health and stable bliss. Maharloka is all about the highest peak possibilities. Jana Loka is the place where you can exist in multiple bodies at a time. You experience oneness as the super reality. Tapaloka is that last struggle you go through. Sometimes you know you are Paramashiva, sometimes you just slip off, but again you say, I am Paramashiva. That space is the Tapoloka, an absolute surrender. Whether I am remembering, I am manifesting Paramashivatva, or I am deluded, I surrender both to Paramashiva. When you take that decision, you are lifted to Brahmaloka. You move to the Brahmaloka. The deep surrender lifts you to Brahmaloka. Then from there you move to Parandama, Vaikunta, and Kailasa, then Mahakailasa itself.
The key to unlock these parallel universes is hidden in the spine of the human body.
Human beings, only human beings on this planet Earth are empowered, hardwired, capable of migrating to parallel universe. Understand? Your spine is not only hardwired, capable of fueled, charged to lift you off to different parallel universes.
Sukritan manavo bhutva jnani chen mokshamapnuyat chaturashitalakshishu sharireshu sharirinam namanusyam vina yatra tattvahanantu labhyate. Of the 8.4 million bodily forms, the human body is the most important, for it is this form in which one gets knowledge of the essence. This knowledge of essence cannot be attained in any other form other than human.
The possibility you have need to be told to you. Understand? Even though animals have spine, because the majority of the time they spend horizontally, the spine is not capable of getting fuel with a subtle fuel called ojas. The ojas need to be filled in your spine, and the kundalini need to be ignited for you to reach parallel universe and different vertical time zone spaces.
When our state of consciousness is raised, we start experiencing these higher lokas, allowing the various possibilities and powers available in these universes to start expressing in our own human body.
Recently, scientists have discovered that the human body, particularly in the brain, naturally produces light in the form of biophotons, and that when our state of consciousness is lifted, the brain moves from producing a normal 20 photons of light per centimeter square per second to more than 100,000 photons of light per second. That shows us that as we start to experience higher and higher states of consciousness, we start to produce huge amount of light, which is directly proportional and translatable to the amount of possibilities and powers that start to manifest on this plane, as well as the freedom from pains and sufferings experienced by beings in lower states of consciousness.
These higher lokas gives you various possibilities, powers. For example, visualize you going to a different country where the electronic gadgets are easily, freely available. So naturally, everything you can gain through the electronic gadgets will be available to you freely. Same way, Kamadhenu, Karpaka Vriksha, Parijata, all these are like different gadgets, possibilities available in different lokas. Please understand, a permanent, irreversible power manifestation from the upper lokas is possible.
Once these possibilities and powers start to express in the human body on the Bhuloka, our present plane, we reach a point of no return. where the cognitive shift which happens in us about who we are and what is the reality hidden behind this perceivable world frees us from the deluded ideas we have about ourselves and the life in the cosmos.
The moment your consciousness is empowered to access and to exist in the parallel universe, no force in this Bhuloka planet Earth can torture you, abuse you, suffocate you. It is irreversible permanent enlightenment, irreversible permanent empowerment.
In the source scriptures of Hinduism, the Vedas and Agamas, Bhagwan Paramashiva reveals about the importance of being initiated by a guru who is fit of giving initiation for us to raise into the various states of consciousness and experience the higher time zones.
The potency of Anavamala, which veils the innate and essential nature of the soul, is set into the decaying phase by this specific activity. Such specific activity is characteristically called Diksha. The intimate communion between the Blessed One and the Blessing One is very rare and difficult to occur.
The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva as per Hinduism, living amidst us today. Starting out at a young age and enduring years of intense penance, he persevered with the single-pointed vision of experiencing the ultimate oneness with Paramashiva, known as Paramadvaita. He traversed the length and breadth of India, initiated by his gurus into yoga, tantra, and other Eastern metaphysical sciences. After having many profound spiritual experiences, he finally received the ultimate experience of Paramashivoham, I am Paramashiva, from his guru Arunagiri Yogeshwara, an incarnation of Paramashiva himself in the holy town of Tiruvannamalai in South India.
The brain is the body's most complex organ, containing more than 100 billion neurons, each of them in chemical and electrical conversation with up to 10,000 other neurons. Its sheer capacity to process the various happenings of life is astonishing. The scientific studies on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's brain remarkably shows that the complexity presents no difficulty for the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in managing his brain's activity. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's capacity to control his brain is very fluid. He can easily shift his brain function and alter his brain waves, allowing the travel into various time zones possible and effortless. The results from the scientific studies conducted on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism show that the human body and brain is able to choose to alter the body and to travel to other dimensions at will. The possibility for people to experience the healing capabilities as well as the higher states of consciousness is an event of immense benefit for humankind. The science of altering the rates and progression of many physical diseases, mental instabilities, and ultimately the superconscious breakthrough has now been made available and achievable for today's humanity.
The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is a bridge between the visible and the invisible. He is also a bridge between the age-old world of mysticism and the modern world of science and discovery. As brain research continues on a widespread basis, and as we appropriately bring the phenomena of mysticism into the realm of science for further study, we are taking strides on the path of physical and mental health as well as superconsciousness.
I'm going to empower, enlighten each each and every one of you with the fuel and energy of the parallel universe. It can make you tireless forever. It can just kill the boredom once and for all in your life. It can just make you manifest third eye power right now. You may experience intense levitation right now. You may experience absolute flexibility of the body and complete detoxification, a complete healing right now. There can be multiple possibilities. I'll infuse this intense supernal effulgence DNA, Tejas, Ojas, Kundalini Shakti into your spine to consciously lift you to KAILASA. Greater signs of life can be realized with a greater ability to visualize. Greater signs is the equivalent word for Hinduism. When you understand the greater signs of life, greater courage, more possibility, more fearlessness, more joy, more bliss. When you visualize Paramashiva with 25 heads, 75 eyes, 50 hands, your consciousness becomes ferocious, and that ability to visualize, you will get involved in everything deeply. Involved people are the most delicious, most sweet, most beautiful, most juiciest beings of planet Earth. The moment you decide, your consciousness is the supreme identity you have. You will not empower your depression, your frustration, deal your problems, whether it is simple headache or depression or the worst
Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dhundvatītam Gaganasadrisham Tattvamasya Dilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatītam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nityananda everyone. We welcome all of you to the Bhavasamadhi Darshan of Devi Parashakti. We welcome all the Kailasvasis attending from Kailasa monasteries, Gurukuls, temples, ashrams, and centers from around the world. We welcome all the Facebook, Instagram, and TV, KAILASA TV, Hinduism Now TV, Twitter, YouTube viewers, and all those blessed to have Jnana Diksha to a video conferencing who are joining us for today's sacred spiritual program, the Devi Bhava Samadhi Darshan. We'll start with a brief introduction of Bhava Samadhi of Devi Parashakti. She is the ultimate pure feminine consciousness, the cosmic mother. She is the source of Shakti, and it is her cosmic Brahmanda Yoni from which billions and billions of universes comes out and goes in. She is the source of Big Bang and the black holes. Parashakti, the divine consort of Paramashiva, with the primordial god of Hinduism. Parashakti, with the cosmic mother, the supreme pontiff of Hinduism, reveals that the first and foremost relationship is mother. The ability to learn, even the idea to relate, starts with the mother. Mother is an important way to connect with what you think is life. In Vedic tradition, our rishis were aware that our ability to connect with the mother should be directed to cosmos. It should inspire, it should awaken our higher consciousness. It should inspire our higher consciousness to express through us. Connecting with the life at the mother is the most sweetest, most beautiful, and most easiest form ever to connect. Today, out of his extreme compassion and love, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is manifesting Devi Parashakti herself, gracing us, answering all our questions, attending to our prayers, giving boons, healing us, revealing our past, present, and future, delivering the profound spiritual truths, and ultimately giving us the experience of Paramashivoham itself. So what is Bhava Samadhi Darshan? Sama, which is oneness, Adi means source. So Samadhi means one with the source. Bhava means attitude or aspect. Bhava Samadhi means being one with the source through this aspect. Darshan means to have a glimpse of. In the Vedic tradition, it is used to describe the moment we behold a deity, an avatar, a saint, or an enlightened being. As just seeing such a being can cleanse the karma of lifetime and create a deep, lasting transformation in the receiver. Darshan is the most powerful superconscious vibration that is present around an avatar at all times. He simply radiates darshan just as the sun continuously radiates light. The auspicious moment, when we are able to catch it, becomes the moment of darshan for us, raising us to the next level of superconscious breakthrough, like hitting the reset button on our being. The science of Bhava Samadhi Darshan, divine cosmic beings are real and they manifest from KAILASA, the enlightened time-space zone, through deities and the incarnations. The divine cosmic being manifested through Archavatara, that is deities in the temple, and through Bhava Samadhi Darshans in the Nijavatara. Bhava Samadhi Darshan is the science of Nijavatara, manifesting Paramashiva, the supreme consciousness. Devi Parashakti expresses through being of Rajrajeshwari and manifests as Nijavatara, the physical form, Devi Meenakshi. The Archavatara reflects the consciousness and manifestation of the superconscious energy, but the human beings are not mature enough to receive the higher level experiences from the Archavatara directly. The avatar comes down to bridge the gap and create the experience of the superconscious energy in all of us. Bhava Samadhi awakens our Kundalini Shakti, which is the latent potential energy in every human being. During darshan, the whole brain comes alive, turning into a superconductor of conscious energy that heals, empower, and transform our life. During Bhava Samadhi darshan, our neurons mirror that of an incarnation. Mirror neurons activate and process all of the movements or the information of the avatar just by seeing. The next is reading from the cosmic archives. The Akashic readings are not predictions, it is the reading from the cosmic archives. Beyond time, creation and destruction happen simultaneously. In the dimension of time starts the past, present, and the future. Because Akashic records are stored in Akasha, the space dimension, there is no past, present, and future. That is why what we call as happened, happening, yet to happen are clearly already recorded. Now we look into the brief introduction of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of KAILASA, a macrocosmic, ancient, enlightened Hindu civilization. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva, as per Hinduism, recognized by his predecessors who are enlightened masters and adepts. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has made the science of power manifestation, yoga and Temple West University, a lifestyle for humanity. Now we'll be looking into the various coronation ceremonies of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Before the year of 1981, he was identified as the 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva by the spiritual adepts and the enlightened masters of Hinduism. In the year 1981, he was initiated into Bala Sannyas and the Chaturmasya at the age of 3. And in the year 1988, he was coronated as the future Guru Mahasannidhanam of Tunde Mandaladinam, the oldest monastic university. In the year 1994, he was appointed as the successor of Arunachala Sravanapeetham by Guru Parampara. In the year 1999, he founded the mission Nithyananda Sangha to revive KAILASAs internationally. And in the same year, he was also coronated as the successor of Kashi Sravanapeetham. In the year 2002, he founded Adi KAILASA Sravanapeetham, and in the coming year 2004, he was declared as the successor of Bhagyanagara Sripura Sravanapeetham. In the same year, he was also declared as the incumbent emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Samrajyam of Suryavamsa lineage. In the year 2007, he was declared as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of Adi Pallava Sravanapeetham and the Mahamandaleswara of Mahanirvani Akhada. In the year 2012, he was coronated as the 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Madurai Shyamala Peetha Sravanapeetham, the oldest Hindu papal estate and the monastic order. In the year 2013, he was officially coronated as the Mahamandaleswara of Mahanirvani Akhada, the largest apex monastic order and the youngest Mahamandaleswara. In the same year, he was also declared as the Acharya Mahamandaleswara of Atalakara by Acharya Mahamandaleswara Sukhdevanandaji, the then incumbent spiritual head. And in the year 2014, he was coronated as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of Tanjavur. In the year 2014, he was coronated as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of Tiruvarur, Vedaranyamadinam, and the Guru Mahasannidhanam of Panchanadikulam. In the year 2015, he was coronated as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of Dharmamukti Swargapuram Adinam and also as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of Adipir Koladamat. He was also elected as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism by a congregation of over 1,000 spiritual leaders. So now we'll look into the various global initiatives taken by Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. 28 years of relentless humanitarian services and initiatives including free vegetarian food, medical services, natural disaster relief, women empowerment initiatives, conflict resolutions, peace initiatives, sustainable Hindu practices through various international agencies and the bodies. He has authored more than 300 books, 10,000 articles in 3 languages, English, Tamil, and Sanskrit, that has been translated into 50 languages with over 1,000 titles. Over 20 million copies of books and articles have been sold, read, and downloaded. He has established the largest Hindu library with over 1 million books, 1 million pound of scripture, and over 20 million digital books. He is revered as the most prolific, most viewed guru in the digital world, read and watched by 1 million plus followers in Hinduism. Over 10,000 hours of discourses, over 1 million views on the social media. He is also respected as a commentator of all the sacred scriptures such as Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Shiva Sutras, Yoga Sutras, Ashtavakra Gita, Jaina Sutras. He is honored as the leader of Hinduism, the most awarded, internationally recognized Hindu leader, acclaimed as one of the top 100 spiritually influential living personality by Watkins' Mind, Body, Spirit magazine. The Sovereign Order of KAILASA, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and Nithyananda Order of Monks, Nuns, and Hindu diaspora are working for global peace and to give super-conscious breakthrough to humanity. He is also the establisher of largest Hindu university in the world with the satellite campuses in 150 countries. He is the establisher of 1,000 plus KAILASA Enlightenment ecosystem, and also the founder and reviver of over 100 Sravanapeethams. So with this, we'll move to the next segment, and that is going to be the science of power manifestation. We'll move to the next segment after a short break. Please stay tuned.
Greater science of life can be realized with a greater ability to visualize. Greater science is the equivalent word for Hinduism. When you understand the greater science of life, greater courage, more possibility, more fearlessness, more joy, more bliss. When you visualize Paramashiva with 25 heads, 75 eyes, 50 hands, your consciousness becomes ferocious and that ability to visualize, you will get involved in everything deeply. Involved people are the most delicious, most sweet, most beautiful, most juiciest beings of planet Earth. The moment you decide, your consciousness is the supreme identity you have. You will not empower your depression, your frustration, deal your problems, whether it is simple headache or depression or the worst suicidal patterns or life negativity, only through consciousness. Don't go for any other solution. Don't keep stupid, toxic, life negative struggles inside.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. I guarantee you, I will reach you wherever you are. Be alive, somehow be alive for next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. It's my commitment to humanity.
I'm going to empower, enlighten each and every one of you with the fuel and energy of the parallel universe. I'll infuse this intense supernal effulgence DNA, Tejas, Ojas, Kundalini Shakti into your spine to consciously lift you to KAILASA. It is irreversible permanent enlightenment, irreversible power manifestation, irreversible permanent empowerment. Time itself is nothing but your decision to struggle with the same rut. Your decision to struggle with the same rut is time, Kala. Your decision to swallow time is Kala Bhairava. Stand. Be a conscious woman or man. Be conscious being. Shrink the time through conscious will persistence. Make the future into present by being ferocious with yourself. Your consciousness has power at this moment to swallow, digest, clean up all negativity and all toxins. Develop a powerful will persistence. That's the most important asset for life.